Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Some people have been caught with bots. They've been given warnings. They're temporarily suspended. Let's look at the evidence of this and how widespread is it. So here's one photo I got. Says your account's temporarily suspended. This reminds me of, and the person can't log in. But actually, they can log in to start a new game, but they can't log into their old one. This reminds me of original Evony, so like 2005 to 2010, browser-based Evony. You could usually bot for 2-3 days, and then you'd log in. It would be just like this, but it would have a timer, and it would say like, you have 2 days, 19 hours, and 43 minutes and 7 seconds before you can log back in. And that it would say like final warning or second warning, things like that. Then got some pictures in my Discord, and people have been sending this. We've detected behavior that goes against the terms of service you agreed to. Okay, well, that's funny because Ebony kind of went against their terms of service we all thought we were agreeing to, which was some sort of fair and level playing field. Also, some sort of like proper software system that doesn't glitch and lag out and that sort of stuff. Anyways, please stop doing such behavior. So how widespread is this? I wouldn't say it's too widespread because I've seen these images shared all over, but it's always the same image. So it doesn't, unless everybody's getting it at the exact same time. But every single image I've seen appears to be the same. I don't know. I don't think it's widespread. I know about a month ago, 2 months ago, I heard about a super botter getting banned. And this was one of those guys who, he had like an alliance of 80 alts just joining rallies at the same time. Looks like a big spider web on his hive. I could see Evony coming down on those people. I don't see them coming down on bots. I can't predict that. They could. I don't see them coming down on alts. They came down on pack loaders. Will that come back to bite them? Probably not. I do think if they came down on family members, it would come back to bite them. I think a lot of people would leave this game or stop spending at all. Because if they got rid of that, but people have already had a massive advantage with it and there's no way to catch them, people just lose hope. Also, people who use alts and bots spend a lot. Like they buy stamina packs. I don't know. I'm not going to say what percentage of revenue that is for Evony, but I think it's a lot. I think it's fairly significant. Would those people then in turn start buying resource packs instead? I don't think so. I think it's kind of widely known that resource packs in the game are one of the worst purchases you could possibly do. So I don't see people doing it. Plus, I just think people will be furious. Like, you got a lot of people who used to play a lot more serious when COVID was going on and they had a lot more time to play. And now people, a lot of people have just, they've added family members. They all share computers, help each other out. Multiple people share accounts, and people have their life back. And I don't think you could go back to forcing people to play 12 plus hours a day. I think that this would be the final nail in the coffin for the game. But maybe Evony doesn't care. Maybe Evony has decided, let's ban all this stuff. Well, game will end, and then we'll come up with Evony 4.0. So, because they did this before. Evony mobile-based, that's mobile browser, Evony browser-based, that was 1.0. They came down on bots, it killed the game. Then they came out with Evony 2.0, and then they did not come down on bots, and it killed the game. And now there's the mobile game, which is 3.0, and I guess we're yet to see what their final action is going to be. They came down on pack loaders a couple weeks ago. Does that hurt their revenue? I guess there's an argument for both sides. Like on one side, was Evony getting any money from pack loaders? Like when people pack load, Yeah, like there's the fairy tale that it's currency manipulation. I'm not sure how much currency manipulation can get you 20, 30%. There could be some pack loaders who, use Amazon app or Aptoid and do get the 20, 30% in a country where you're not eligible for. So there's that. There are ways. But for the most part, it's probably stolen credit cards or chargeback. So then Evony gets nothing because it gets taken back from them. But people who pack load do influence spending on the server or on other servers because people want to beat them in Battlefield. So it does, in a way, help Evony out because it does raise the bar. And that might be why Evony let those people keep those buffs. Like, Evony's not stupid. And then you get people who are trying to compete with them and raise the bar. You also get people who are in their alliance who are motivated by these really big accounts and good players and want to keep up with them and impress them and that sort of stuff. So I don't know. I don't think Evony's coming down widespread in Evony. Like I said, this is the same image going around tons of groups. So I believe it's just kind of a one-off thing, but we may start to see more one-off things. And I guess time will tell what happens. But I think that you would see majority of the people would leave the game if they got hit with this or if it just became widespread and everybody got hit with it. Because in one way, just like the pink gem thing, you gave all these people a massive head start and then you can never catch them. People who have lots of family members have a huge head start on people and people will never catch them. So if you take all that away, then these people still have a head start and there's no hope to catch them. At least you could close the gap. Like if you started your family late, and you're 10 billion behind a person, when he's 80 billion and you're 70 billion, that's not a big deal. But when they're 10 billion and you're 1 billion, that's a pretty big gap. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with this. I don't think that Evony's coming down on it, but time will tell. Let me know if you know anyone on your servers who, their accounts have mysteriously disappeared and never to be seen again before. I know about a year and a half ago when K40 came out, Evony did get rid of a lot of accounts on servers. Like this was real, but it was not because of botting or alts. It just so happens that lots of alts got eliminated. But the reason they got eliminated the last time and why Evony took resources was because those accounts, those alts, were pack loading before they became alts. So people left the game, sold their account. People didn't know what happened to that account prior, like where how it became a VIP 17 alt. And then Evony came down on those. So again, it was not coming down on alts like people thought at the time. I too, as soon as it happened, I was like, oh man, they're coming down on alts. But it turned out it was because of third-party purchases on alts before they became alts. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. And Genghis, like, subscribe, leave a comment.